Hey, what is going on everybody? Repel here, and we're bringing you guys Wi-Fi battle number 12. Today, I'm up against my dear friend Kyle. Kyle is one of the best. I'm not joking, man. He's one of the best YouTubers out there, and I'm so pleased to have challenged him. If you guys do want to check out Kyle's channel after this battle, please feel free to click on his link. It is located in the description of this video. I'm just gonna go jump right into this battle now. This battle was sort of long, and honestly, it was sort of my fault. It really was sort of my fault. But anyway, we're challenged by Kyle. He's gonna lead off with the Flygon named Volt Switch. A little bit confusing there, but that is okay. I'm gonna lead off with the Pheromosa, simply because it has a U-turn. And I'm just gonna hit him with the Ice Beam. Pretty sure if Kyle knows that, so he's obviously switching out. Like, obviously switching out, and he will go into the Starmie. That's good. Starmie will eat up one Ice Beam. Now, if I was like Choice Scarf or Choice Bandit or Choice Specs, obviously, I would have to force myself to do a hard switch. However, I'm only Life Orb, meaning that I most likely will just use the U-turn next turn. And as a matter of fact, I would just go for U-turn. He could have switched out, but I suppose switching back and forth just really wouldn't help him so much. And honestly, not all Pheromosas run U-turn, okay? Not all of them. This is obviously my first time using Pheromosa. To be honest, I'm not really a huge fan of it. Like, it's good, it's strong, it's fast, it hits hard, but honestly, maybe I'm just not a huge fan of Ultra Beasts. Like, Ultra Beasts just look so weird. Anyway, I'm gonna go into my Gigalith, hoping I could stop some Stealth Rocks. However, he brings out the freaking Subscribe Bear. That's right, Subscribe Bear. The Bewear. I'm really fearing that he might be Choice Bandit. I cannot live a Choice Bandit Hammer Arm or even an Earthquake. He actually does go for the Earthquake. That's a really good prediction there because it'll actually do quite a lot to Toxapex. It nearly takes me to half. I would say like 45%, but with Sandstorm, that will take me to half. However, I do have the Black Sludge. So with Sandstorm and Black Sludge, well, that just takes me back to where I was earlier. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe he'll switch out. Maybe he doesn't want his Bewear to get burned, so I'm actually going to stay in and eat up one. Yeah, eat up one Earthquake. I don't know what this Bewear is. From this damage, I'm not sure if he's Choice Bandit anymore. I don't think so. And we don't see a Life Orb on him, and so I'm thinking maybe he might be Expert Belt, Assault Vest, like, I don't know. Maybe even Choice Scarf. I really don't know what this Bewear is. All I know is it does around 45%, and honestly, I can't really do that. I really can't. Especially with this Sandstorm, I cannot. This Sandstorm is obviously just going to kill me. I'm going to go into my favorite Ghost and Ground type, that's right, my Palossand, and eat up an Earthquake. Hoping maybe he would be banded. Now, I could go into my Dartrix expecting the Earthquake, but like I said, what if my opponent isn't choiced, you know? Then he probably has Ice Punch. Most Bewears usually carry Ice Punch these days, and it does 4 times the amount. So as a matter of fact, he is not choiced. He does go for the Ice Punch. I actually take it really well. Palossand is so damn beefy. I get that freeze, I'm like, holy shit. My heart sank, but thank God I thought in one turn. Like, man, like, if I lost my Palossand to like freeze hacks, I would cry. Like, I would literally cry and probably quit YouTube. No joke. So Sand Subside, that is a bit unfortunate because the Sand actually, you know, yeah, it actually benefits Palossand. But anyway, Subscribe Bear is not really doing so well here. He can go for his Ice Punches, but honestly, his Ice Punches are only doing around like 30%, and I'm just gonna go for Shore Up. Now I reveal that I do have Shore Up, so yes, honestly, this Bewear should switch out. He really should. So I'm predicting my opponent to switch out next turn. That's what I'm predicting. After like showing that I have Shore Up, most of my opponents usually switch out. So I'm just gonna go for a Toxic, actually, expecting him to switch out. However, he actually stays in. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I really didn't expect him to stay in, but hey, that's okay. I'll take it, and I'll take it so well. I'll take it even but an Ice Punch. Not really sure why he decided to go for the Earthquake this turn instead of Ice Punch. I guess it is nice for me to just switch back and forth, like to my Dartrix, to eat up an Earthquake and whatnot. I do have a lot of immunities in my team that would actually benefit me, and of course does not benefit my opponent's badly poisoned Bewear. Now, he does go into the Decidueye, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm pretty sure Decidueye is gonna go for the Defog. I did just go for, actually no, I didn't go for any Stealth Rock, so I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna go for a Leaf Blade or his signature move, Spirit Shackle, or his Z move. I'm really fearing that Z move. I know actually Palossand could probably live one Spirit Shackle, but he could not live any Z moves coming from Decidueye. So I'm kind of glad I switched out. I can't switch out now because I'm shackled. However, I could just go for a Scald, you know, just a friendly little Scald, like anything, don't want to get burned. He brings out the freaking Behemoth, aka Xurkitree. I go for the Scald, hopefully I can land a single burn, and of course I do not get a burn. It's unfortunate. Now, these things can go for Tail Glow, or Volt Switch, Energy Ball, and Thunderbolt. That's usually how they run. I really expected him to go for the Tail Glow, that's why I stayed in and just go for Haze. That would completely fuck him over, you know? But he actually just goes for Energy Ball, expecting Palossand. Honestly, I don't really see that him necessarily going for the Thunderbolt, and then a fear that I might switch into Palossand, simply because Palossand number 1 cannot outspeed Xurkitree, and Xurkitree, if he is carrying like Expert Belt or Life Orb, he should kill my Palossand with one Energy Ball. But because he actually just went for the Energy Ball and switched out, I'm pretty sure now that he is actually choiced. But it's not 100% sure. That's just my guess. That is just my hunch. Out comes the Bewear again, and here's my Gigalith. It's a bit of deja vu, but honestly, I know for a fact this Bewear is now not carrying the Choice Band, meaning I can actually live one Earthquake coming from Bewear. Not very well, but I could definitely live it. So I took this opportunity to go for Stealth Rocks. Yes, he still has the Decidueye that can use Defog, but I don't care. It's always nice to just set up Stealth Rocks, even if your opponent has Defoggers, simply because it's a huge pain in the ass, so that they have no choice but to send out their Defogger as soon as possible. This Bewear is slowly dying, and I think one more turn, he just might die to poison. With Sandstorm, he should die, so I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to go into Dartrix and be immune to one Earthquake, and then the poison and stand can kill him. However, my opponent predicts that so well. He goes for the ×4 super effective Ice Punch, but you know, Dartrix eats it up for breakfast, because Dartrix is one buff motherfucker, like no joke. Seriously, this Dartrix is so damn strong. He just ate up an Ice Punch coming from Bewear. Now comes back the Decidueye. Now, actually, I forgot to teach my Dartrix Roost. I could have actually stayed in and just go for one Roost while my opponent goes for the Defog, right? That's like a free turn to go for a heal. However, I forgot to teach my Dartrix Roost. So I'm going to go back to Toxapex while he just goes for a Defog, and I'm thinking, well, there are a few things I can do here. I can either set up some Toxic Spikes to kind of troll him, to make him, you know, have to stay in and go for more Defogs while I burn him with some Scalds. Or I can just, off the bat, just go for some Scalds. He actually might switch back into the Xurkitree. I don't really care. A water move on the Xurkitree is always nice. So my opponent actually switches back out. I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe I should have went for the Toxic Spikes. And now he goes back into the Xurkitree, that terrifying, scary thing. And actually, I did go for a Toxic Spike, excuse me. Which is great, because that Decidueye actually switched out. So if my opponent wants to go for a Defog, he has to switch back into his Decidueye and get poisoned to access his Defog. Again, I'm just going to switch out, and I'm actually just going to go to Dartrix now. Simply because my Dartrix, number 1, is kind of low on HP, and number 2, he doesn't have Roost. So honestly, there's really no point for me to use Dartrix. So down it goes. And not to mention, my opponent's Bewear is gone. That means I don't really need my Dartrix to absorb any Earthquakes. So I think we're around like 4-4. Yeah, 4 Pokemon with 4 Pokemon. He goes back into his Decidueye. Now, usually Decidueyes are bulkies, okay? They're careful in nature. That means they have lots of special defense bulk. And they usually have 252 HP and 252 special defense. And there are only a few things that can hit super effective to this Decidueye. Number 1 is obviously my Pheromosa or my Palossand. I have to go for Pheromosa, do Ice Beam. I don't think it'll kill, but hopefully my opponent actually just goes for the Defog here and wastes one turn. However, he does not go for the Defog. I was so surprised. Actually just goes straight for the Spirit Shackle. Now, even an uninvested Spirit Shackle will destroy Pheromosa, simply because Pheromosa is so damn paper thin. Seriously, I wasn't very pleased with my Pheromosa in this battle. I had like such high hopes for it, maybe because it was obviously an Ultra Beast, which is like equivalent to like a Legendary, you know? Speaking of Legendary, I'm just going to go into Tapu Lele now. And just grab that Psychic Surge, which is always nice. Honestly, it's the only thing that outspeeds this Decidueye. I don't really have that much fast things in my team, you know? I have like Toxapex, Palossand, and like those things are so damn slow. So I have no choice to just go for the Psychic Surge. I did lose my Pheromosa, but at least I still have one layer of Toxic Spikes, and that actually kind of helps. Now here comes the Fire-type Silvally, and it's really cool. I'm actually seeing a lot of Fire-type Silvally these days. I'm not really sure why. I guess it's because people usually lack a Fire-type in their team, and there aren't that too many Fire Pokemon in Alola. I'm expecting like any Fire attack, like honestly, any Fire attack or even a Crunch. It does hit my Toxapex, it does absolutely nothing. And like I said, I have one layer of Toxic Spike, so I could actually go for another layer. However, you have to keep this in mind, okay? My opponent just has this Silvally, which is already poisoned, followed by a Flygon, which is immune to Toxic Spikes, and of course he has a Xurkitree, which is just, yeah, just still around full HP. So the biggest fear that I have right now is obviously not the Silvally anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure my opponent has just given up on the Silvally. So I can do a few things here. I can just let the Silvally die naturally, and then I'm going to set up Spikes one more time, so that the Xurkitree will show up and get badly poisoned. And if my opponent's Xurkitree wants to set up some Tail Glows, he will be at a disadvantage because poison is gonna slowly kill him. Like I said, my opponent just wants to finish off this Silvally, but before I do that, I need to restore my full HP, okay? Like, seriously, I want to be at full HP, and it's not because I'm a dick. I mean, sometimes I am a dick, but today I'm just trying to play my best, because he still has two Pokemon that can land super effective moves onto my Toxapex, okay? He has the Xurkitree, which has electric moves, and he has the Flygon, which has ground moves. So I gotta play my very best. This is KyleAye, by the way, okay? Like, he is a fantastic YouTuber. He does his own Wi-Fi battles. He even hosts his own free-for-all battle royales. So, you know, you just check out his channel. Like, it's just really cool. Now, here comes the Flygon once again. Yes, Flygon can learn Dragon Dance in this generation, and I knew that. However, I'm just going to go for a Skull, and hopefully I can get a burn. I didn't get a burn on Xurkitree, so hopefully I can get a burn this time. And lo and behold, the gods of Pokemon has answered, and I got a single burn on my first try with this Flygon. That's fucking fantastic. Now my opponent can do a few things. He can just go straight for attack. However, he is burned, meaning his attack is cut in half. So he's actually just going to go for his second D-Dance, which actually will just build up and kind of negate the burn. But because I knew that, I'm going to go for the Haze, and that'll nullify his stat changes. So he's back at 0 with a burn, meaning his Earthquakes just really aren't going to do anything. I'm sorry. Oh, this was great. Like, honestly, getting that burn was crucial. If I had not gotten that burn, I'm pretty sure this Flygon could have actually swept, one-shotted my Toxapex, and probably swept my whole team. But thank God, I got that burn. And I'm just going to go for a Scald, and that will finish off Toxapex one more time. Oh, no, that'll hit Flygon one more time. Excuse me. Feeling a little dyslexic here today, so please bear with me. Now my opponent actually has no choice. There's really no point for him to go for more Dragon Dances because I do have Haze. I love Haze, honestly. It's like one of the best attacks ever. One of the best moves. Not as good as Scald though. Like, seriously, Scald is probably one of my favorite moves. Speaking of which, I'm going to grab some more Black Sludge. And I really thought the burn would kill him this turn, but that is not quite it. So I'm thinking, okay, next turn, the burn will kill him. I'm not going to even go for a Scald, I'm just going to go for cover. Like I said, he still has that fucking Xurkitree. Like, I don't know what kind of spread that Xurkitree is, you know. He still might be able to set up with his Xurkitree. So I'm going to go for that recover, and let us see if that burn will actually finish off that Flygon. And it actually does not. I'm like, wow, that's kind of crazy. I really thought he would. So I could be that guy. And just go for another recover here. And then, obviously, then I'll be at full HP, and then this Flygon will go down. But honestly, I didn't want to do that anymore. Like, I just want to save this Flygon some trouble and just finish it off. So now we get to see Xurkitree, okay, and this will be the last time we see the Xurkitree. This will also be the last time we will confirm what kind of item this Xurkitree is holding. Is he carrying an expert belt, or is he choiced? Now he does show that energy ball, so yes, my opponent is most definitely choiced. Choice Scarf, actually, because obviously Choice Spec would do so much more to Toxapex. Toxapex is such an amazing wall. Like, it's the new wall. It's the new Slowbro. It's the new Vaporeon. It's the new Alomomola. Like, seriously, it's the new Tentacruel. Okay, like, no one's gonna use Tentacruel anymore because of Toxapex. Well, except that Toxapex cannot learn Rapid Spin. Honestly, if Toxapex can learn Rapid Spin, like, it's just over. Like, everyone would just use Toxapex, so yeah. I try to keep, I try to introduce at least like 2 new Pokemon in my team every battle, because I know that I actually upload a lot of battles very frequently, maybe more frequent than other Poketubers, but that's just because I want to actually, because honestly I just like fighting Wi-Fi battles. They're a lot of fun, but more importantly, I try to introduce 2 or 3 new Pokemon, so that you guys can keep, you know, looking at new Pokemon, seeing new moves, and holy shit, yeah, I live with 1 HP. And that will finish off Xurkitree. So, there you have it. It was a great battle, Kyle. Really fun match. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Remember to check out Kyle's channel if you guys want to see some of his own content. And please remember to click that subscribe button so that you guys can stay tuned for more Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battles brought to you by me. See you guys next time.